So JupyterLite 0.7 is now available. So let's look at all of the improvements in that release. The first one is about Workspace Support. So workspaces have been available in JupyterLab for quite a while already, but they were still missing in JupyterLite. So what are workspaces? Workspaces are a way for you to manage the state of the UI and what you're currently working on in JupyterLab or JupyterLite. Let's say we have this notebook open here, and then maybe a README file on the side, like this. And let's say we also have the settings editor at the bottom like this. With workspaces, you can now refresh the page, and it shows you again where you left off when you load the page again. So that is quite convenient. So that is using the default workspace. So if you go here in the running panel, you can create more workspaces. So let's do that here. Let's call it demo. And now I can switch to demo here by just clicking on it. And it kind of brings me back to this new workspace, which is empty, just showing me the launcher. And now I can go back here, workspaces, and click on default. And that way I'm back to where I left off in the default workspace. So one thing I can do here also is showing the workspace indicator. So now you have this drop down here in the top area. It's a bit easier to switch between workspaces. Okay, next there is audio and video playback. So up until now in JupyterLab and JupyterLite, if you wanted to open an audio file or a video file directly by double-clicking on the file, it would just not work because there was no way to actually play the video or audio files. So in 0.7, there is now support for playing audio and videos directly built in, which is very convenient. So you don't have to find workarounds to play these files anymore. So here, let me open an audio file and play it.
T-10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Okay.
4.
I think you get the idea. So yeah, nice improvements. It's a simple feature, but in the age of AI and being able to generate transcripts from audio file, for example, this is very useful because then you have the possibility to open files directly in the interface while working on them. Next, we have the basic interrupt functionality. So this functionality lets you cancel the execution of cells in a notebook. It doesn't really support properly interrupting a kernel, a cell that is currently being executed, but it at least gives the option to remove some of the cells from the execution queue. So let's look at that in action. Let's say we have this notebook here, which is just for demo purposes, and we decide to run all of the cells. So we see the cells are executed one by one, and if we click on the interrupt button, it stops here, and the next cells are not executed. Okay, next one is the basic notebook export. So in JupyterLite 0.7, this menu entry here is not empty anymore. So let's open a notebook, and we see that we have two options. The first one is exporting to IPA-NB, which is pretty much the same as directly downloading the notebook file. And the second one is exporting as a executable script, which is going to put all of the cells into a single file, which for Python notebook would be a .py file, but if you had a, let's say, R notebook, it would be a .r file. And this is what such a file would look like. So that's quite convenient if you would like to, let's say, convert your notebook to something that can be run as a module. It tries to mimic what ND-convert does with a regular JupyterLab, but it's not exactly yet fully feature complete with what Notebook NB Comfort provides, of course. So one of the main limitations right now is with this Notebook export is there is no PDF export for now, but this new JupyterLite 0.7 release introduced an extension point so that third-party extensions can start exploring such functionality, being able to export Notebook as a PDF. Okay, the next one is a small one, but still very useful. There is a new download entry here in the file menu, which makes it a bit easier to download a notebook directly from the file menu. It was missing up until this release, but now it's available. So this new release of JupyterLite is based on JupyterLite 4.5, Notebook 7.5. So what that means is that it also includes some of the improvements that were made in these upstream packages. And one that is quite relevant to JupyterLite is the improvements to the cell rendering for the notebook using a new content visibility windowing mode. So what that means is in previous versions of JupyterLab, Jupyter Notebook, and JupyterLite, there were a few issues when it comes to scrolling behavior. So let's say you had a notebook open with a couple of cells, sometimes long outputs, and you wanted to scroll the notebook, then you may start seeing some jittering or scrolling issues. So this was fixed in the JupyterLab 4.5 release, and is also available in the JupyterLite 3.7 release. So if you want to make sure that you are currently using the correct windowing mode for Notebook, you can open the settings editor and double check that this is set to content visibility. So finally, a quick note on the Pyodide compatibility with JupyterLite. So the Pyodide kernel for JupyterLite uses the latest Pyodide version, which is 0.29 as we speak today. And that release had to drop support for some packages. What that means to you if you're using this kernel in your JupyterLite deployment is that some packages may now be missing. So best for now would be to keep an eye on this issue here in the Pyodide recipe repository to be updated on the package availability for Pyodide. All right, so that's it for today. We hope that you enjoyed this new release. Please try it. Please give some feedback if you find any issue or if there is anything that you would like to see happening in JupyterLite. There will be a blog post on that release on the Jupyter blog at some point very soon. Thanks for watching and see you next time.